Hey friends and family, welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie, and today I have for you, I'm very excited, the finished jewelry update for Bohemian Nights from Jesse James Beads, which was a stunning group of beads. I took my time with this collection because it was so gorgeous. I really wanted to pull out all the stops on my designs, and I really wanted to think about them, so I took my time, and I'm really glad I did. But as you can see, I've got 3 pair of earrings here, and I have 3 necklaces. So we're going to start with the necklace up here, which I did some wire work down at the bottom, and then I did wire wrap links all the way up the necklace. And I'll give you a closer look here. These are those beautiful pear-shaped beads in the blue. All these are beautiful jewel tones. I hope that you're seeing how gorgeous these are. There's the purple. They had those elaborate, beautiful elaborate gold beads, and in the lantern shape, which I loved. And I just really wanted to make this boho ornate over the top necklace. This is some wire work I learned from Sarah Lovecraft, and she makes these components. I added 2 more, and I used the beaded chain that we got in the mix, and I took it apart and I used the pieces as dangles. And there's that beautiful turquoise piece that I wire wrapped with rondelles, and I wire wrapped more rondelles and did dangles, and again down here with the turquoise dangles. So I was very happy with how this turned out, and I will give you a closer look just so you can see all the wire wrap connections. I did use a lot of bead caps. There's those beautiful fuchsia beads that were faceted. I did throw in those turquoise Hishi beads to pick up the turquoise that was in the drops. And I just so very happy about how this turned out. This has so much movement. It's just exciting. I just really am happy. I'm really glad I took my time with this collection because I just loved it so much. And I really wanted everything to stand out. And I have to say I'm very tickled that it all came together the way that I'd hoped. Then over here, looking at the earrings were a lot of fun. These are some very ornate. I used the pottery beads. Everything came in the box. I used more of those little turquoise drops and the little tiny tassels, which I just love. So much movement. And then those beautiful verdigris pieces, the green. The only thing I really added of my own were my jump rings, and then this chain, and of course the French ear wires. Everything else came from the box. I did kind of a curved wire loop, or component I should say, and I hung these guys off of that, and then I just used the brass components. This little brass component came in the mix, and I just alternated between the turquoise drops and these little tiny tassels, which are just so perfect for earrings. And I just love the colors. I love the purple and the turquoise and the green and the gold. I just keep thinking about belly dancers or Bollywood, you know? And then these earrings, I played around with that component that I did on the necklace, and I folded it in on itself to make this really cool piece right here. And I used chain reaction pieces to hang off of another French wire. And these are those really pretty faceted drops. And then I added each tiny little tassel. They came in black, turquoise, and purple. So I added one of each to the end. And I think those are really fun. And again, lots of movement. Lots and lots of movement. And then my really crazy idea, which I'm so happy turned out, and I really want to get close to this here. These are those lotus flowers. Oh dear. I was afraid of that. These are, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. They won't fall out of your ears, I promise. These are the lotus flowers that were at the end of the bead strand. I used more chain. This was the lace component. It's round, as you can see. My idea, and then I did these dangles on the bottom, and the idea of this earring, if you'll bear with me, is in my crazy ideas that I get, was a lotus flower floating on the water, and this kind of signifies the water, the turquoise beads, and then of course it's floating on this lace piece. And then I actually had my niece and my mom try these on, and they look amazing on. I mean, they're very cool. I'm gonna have to find more components like this lace piece, but I just wire wrapped the lotus bead to this, and then I just made connections in 4 places with the chain, and then I hung the dangles from the connections. So a little bit of engineering, but they are very fun, as you can see, if I can keep them from falling. This little stand I have, I like it, but it's very lightweight. The earrings are not heavy, but I may take these down so you can get a closer look at the end of this video, but this was an idea I got just by looking at these flowers, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew I was going to try to do something floaty, if that's a word. So that's what I came up with, and I'm super happy with it. So I'm going to change out the necklace that I have up here and pull up a couple more of the necklaces. They're down here, but I want you to get better views of them, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is a very long necklace. I used the chain, fabric chain that came in the fuchsia color. It turned out perfectly, along with some seed bead connections. And then again, I used the really cute tassels, but in a different way, to add texture to the necklace. And I just strung them on like beads, and they stick out kind of like a little furry thing, which I thought was cool. And those gold nuggets, I used those. And the gold spacers. I pretty much used every bead that was in the mix. And I absolutely loved this component. To me, it looked like an antique vase. And I used the flower bead at the bottom with some turquoise dangles. Now this is quite long. I did put it on something so it would make it a little bit higher, but this is the, pardon my hands, but that's the piece. Oh, I just love it. And easy to wear. It's nice and long, but the chain is comfortable. I used paperclip chain at the top, and then just did a basic stringing, and I did put a little top on here so it would look like a vessel, and a little bead at the bottom so it would look like a vessel. And that just hangs so nicely. I am working on getting some new stands so that these don't have to be messed with so much when I'm doing my finished jewelry, but I will take this down and you'll be able to see a closer look too. But just to give you an idea, I just love these rose beads. They're so pretty. And then the vessel, and those turquoise beads, those gold chunks, just like screams like archaeology and antiquities, and love all the colors. I have to say I had a lot of fun with this collection. And so the last but not least necklace is coming up. Here's a little glimpse. I'll be right back. So I'm back, and if you all are watchers of my Tutorial Tuesdays, you will recognize this component because we just did a tutorial on it where I wrapped sari fabric around this long wood piece, and I did wrapping with some linen. In this case, it's fuchsia right here. And then I also wire wrapped gold. I put this brass piece on here. This was a piece for my stash that matched everything. I couldn't believe it. So I included that, and then I used the wax linen to hang another one of these beautiful ornate beads that look like a vessel. And then I loved these elephants so much. They had to have little pedestals. These look like little pillows to me. And I used the pretty green beads to kind of offset that fuchsia. And then basically from there, I mean, that's the focal of the whole necklace. I used more of that fabric fuchsia chain, which picked up the colors in the elephants and the sari fabric. It just turned out so nicely. So this is an example of utilizing fabric and wire wrapping for a focal bead. And then what I love about these components, and I hope I can find them in the future, is that you can hang, they have a hole here and a hole here, and you can literally loop wire through here and make another loop and another loop, and you can hang items from it. And I thought this is just a conversational. If you walked in somewhere with this on, somebody's going to stop you and ask you about your necklace. They're going to think you got it somewhere very exotic. I'm not very exotic, but they might think that I am. I don't think I am. But I couldn't help but think of India and far off places, and that's why I wanted to use the sari fabric so much, especially with these elephants and just the vibrant colors. And I just so loved the patina on the green. It just turned out so nicely. And so this collection, I have to say, it took me a while, but I knew what I wanted to do with it, and it took me a little while to execute. And I would just say to you, if you have big ideas, go for it. Don't be afraid to try something. I did have some, trial and error with some of these, but as you can see, the results turned out really great. And I'm really glad I took my time. Take your time. It's not a race. You want to create something you're proud of, and I want to show you what's possible when you do. So I'm going to put everything down on the mat, and we will take a closer look at everything, and then I will sign off on this particular finished jewelry. So stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was pull this earring off just so you could get a better look. I'm gonna try to get near the light. Sorry that my hand's in the way, but there's your lotus flower and the dangles. And as you can see, it looks like it's floating. Cool, huh? Pretty happy with that. I'm gonna put him down here and just let you see in greater detail some of these components. Now these are the shepherd hook type components that I learned on Sarah Lovecraft's channel. I think she did a Facebook tutorial, and I just decided to use 3 of them. And there is the beautiful, beautiful beads in that necklace. And then if we come over here, There's those beautiful components with the elephants, and this is my sari wrapped focal piece. As you can see, you can hang things from it. And if you haven't seen that tutorial, do check it out. I did just post it. I don't even think it's been a week. But this will show up in tomorrow's tutorial because I'm going to be showing you how to combine ideas. And this is a combined idea right here. So this will be featured again as an example. And then here is the other vessel with the rose and the pretty turquoise drops and the turquoise. And then I do really love how the texture happened with these little tassels. You don't have to use them as tassels. You can put them in a necklace like this and create some texture, which I thought looked very cool. And then here's the other earrings. Get close up to them. Those just scream Bollywood and belly dancer to me. They really do. And makes me almost want to take up belly dancing. Almost. But I'll spare y'all. But anyway, I'm very happy with this collection. I'm really happy how it turned out. And I think I'm really glad I took the time to do what I wanted to do and not feel rushed to make something just to make something. I loved these beads so much. I wanted to do them justice by doing something as spectacular as I thought they were. I hope I've accomplished my mission, and I hope I've inspired you to do the same. And if you don't get the mystery boxes from Jesse James Beads, I highly recommend it because they give you beautiful things that you can work with, and you're going to make beautiful things as a result. So thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I would love to have you. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. I hope that I've inspired you. Thank you for joining me today. As always, take care of yourselves and your families. Be safe, and I'll see you on the next video.